Alright guys, today we're going to be doing the timing belt on the LEXUS IS300. I've done it once before on this vehicle, but I want to go with the Better Gates racing timing belt. So let's get into this. The first step is going to be to drain the radiator, and I'll get back with you here in a second when I'm under the vehicle. Alright guys, so we're up under the LEXUS now. I have a coil radiator, so this is going to be a little bit different than the stock. The stock should have some sort of a petcock right here, but this is what the coil has. And I'm guessing it's going to come pretty fast here. Let's see. I don't want to lose all my nice Toyota coolant. Oh my gosh. Well, that was a failure. I just peed out a bunch of coolant, but it's fine. Alright, I don't know how much of that you guys saw, but I got completely covered in coolant. It's okay. I've got it down there slowly draining into my bucket here. Now, the other thing you're going to want to make sure you do is right here, you have a coolant sensor. Can you guys see that? Right here. That's the coolant sensor. And this has to come off in order to take your radiator out. Just like that. Mine's clip's broken, but it comes right out. Alright. And then, dropped it. Once we get up here, obviously disconnect the radiator hose. Disconnect this, have to take the intake off really quick, and then our lower hose down there as well that we were just down by. Up here really quick, the radiator's still draining. So if you look here, the two plugs for the fans, those will have to come, and then there's a vacuum hose on the intake down here, actually two, and then there's a sensor of sorts right here, and then you'll have to take the MAF sensor off. There's one more vacuum line up here, and then you should be able to take basically your entire intake off. Plus you got to remove all the bolts that hold it in place there. Alright, so just another quick update. I just got to pop the lower radiator hose off quick and the upper radiator hose, and I should be able to pull the radiator out. It's actually still draining here. It's actually still draining a little bit, but it should be done soon. Alright, so it's been a little bit since the last update. I did end up getting the radiator all drained out and removed. Dad, I'm scared. I don't have a timing belt on my car, I'm scared. Alright guys, we are back today. Sorry yesterday I had some equipment failures with trying to film, but here we are today. We have a little bit better equipment. So I did actually complete the timing job fully. You can see our Gates Racing performance timing belt in there. So I think I left you guys off when I had the radiator back completely out. So essentially after that, you got to take this upper timing cover off. There's two bolts on either side and one in the middle. And once that comes off, you can take your serpentine belt tensioner off. That's 3 bolts as well that go into the block. And then, or the head rather. And then once you get that far, it's a good idea to take the water pump pulley off. It's just 410 millimeters. And then that'll get you to your lower timing cover. And that's like 3 or 4 of those kind of bolts around the sides as well. And then once you get that far, your timing is going to be completely, uncovered. Oh, I missed one step. Before you can take that lower timing cover off, you do have to have some sort of harmonic balancer puller. I know some people make up jigs, some people rent them. I just bought a cheap one from Harbor Freight, but you will have to get that off. The bolt's a little bit of a pain too to get off. You can use the starter bolt method. There's several other ways to do it. And there's several YouTube videos on that. But at any rate, so once you get that far, you'll pull your, what do you call it? The reluctor thing, somebody in the comments tell me what that thing's called, or I'll throw up a picture. But anyway, so you got to take that off, and then your timing is basically uncovered. At that point, there's a stud at the top of here for the alternator, and there's one in the bottom. What I did is, because my intake was all out, I just kind of set it up here, still plugged in. Make sure you have your battery unconnected at that point, and then your timing's uncovered. The tensioner is down there. You can actually see it right in between the water pump and the alternator right there. There's two 12 mils that go up that hold that to the actual tensioner that holds the timing belt. So you're gonna want to pop that off, and then the timing will come loose. And obviously you're gonna want to be at top dead center at that point. And pop your timing belt off. Double check all your hash marks. Make sure everything's lined up. And then you got to make sure that you get these on the correct teeth. It's really important that you have all the slack down here at this corner. So what I kind of do is I get this lined up, I pull it as tight as I can, make sure that there's no, not one tooth could be off. Pull it down the back, then you get it on the lower timing gear down there, and then you'll have all your slack over here on the tensioner. You can put your new little tensioner in, and then there's the pin to pull it. It's actually fairly simple, but it is scary if you're doing it your first time. Again, I apologize that I didn't get a lot of it filmed, but I can only do so much. Unfortunately, I had that little bit of a failure with my camera equipment. And then also while I was in here, I picked up these cheap G+ silicone radiator lines. I think over here I've got one. Hold on. So yeah, this was the old upper. And as you can see, it's pretty shot. And I didn't do super good explaining in the previous videos either, but this is a Koyo radiator. It's a little bit of an upgraded one. I did not like having the plastic one on there for when I'm at the track with it. But yeah, I upgraded to this full metal aluminum one so that I don't have a chance of popping the plastic one if I get it a little hot. I'm sorry, just turn my light off. Again, I apologize for not getting so much filmed, but I can only do so much. Thanks for tuning in again, and I'm going to try pumping out, filming more stuff. Like I said, I got a little bit better equipment now, so we should be in better shape. Alright, it's probably really hard to hear because the car's idling, but bleeding the cooling system right now. As you can see, our Gates performance belt is spinning up. Oh, I gotta add some more coolant. I'll be right back. Well, I might not be, but it's timed up.